This is a trophy, or an achievement, depending on whether your favorite color is blue or green. Achievements are something that Microsoft did for the Xbox 360, and not to be outdone, Sony came up with their own system not long thereafter, trophies. Yet in all the generations since then, this is one thing that Nintendo's just never bothered to implement. Or at least they hadn't been until very recently. Well, kinda. Let's talk about it. Earlier this year, Nintendo quietly announced what could be the best implementation on an achievement system that I've ever seen. And not only did they somehow do it in a way that's very Nintendo, but did so in a way that can really showcase the glory of Nintendo's classic game catalog. Whether you're a new player just discovering games you missed out on, or an old head like myself revisiting the games from their childhood, I think this system has the potential to be something really special. So what exactly am I talking about here, and how does it work? Well, it actually comes in two flavors, and I'll get my least favorite out of the way first. Of course, I'm talking about the DK challenges that Nintendo announced earlier this year, and it's basically their take on a achievement system, except for it's digital collectible cards, and you do the challenges inside the Nintendo Switch Online app. So let me tell you why this aspect of the DK challenges don't really work for me, and then I'll tell you all about the one that does work that I'm genuinely really excited about. So with the Bonanza challenges, you basically complete them the same way you would any other trophy or achievement system. You look at what goal the challenge wants you to complete, and then you boot into the game and try to complete that goal. And once you're done, it rewards you with a nice little digital trinket. In this case, a challenge card or a digital collectible card, which is located inside the DK challenge menu, which itself is located inside the Nintendo Switch Online app. It's a little convoluted. So achievements at their core are basically just digital checklists. But there is something inherent in our little human brains that just love completing checklists. It's like we get a little dopamine spike every time we hear that jingle of a trophy popping. And I'll be the first to admit that getting a platinum trophy does feel good. Or at least it did once upon a time. See, achievements and trophies are just kind of anti-Nintendo in a way. See, Nintendo is all about the experience, about the moment-to-moment gameplay, not looking through a list of items to see which achievement you haven't got or might want to go after. Not only that, but in recent years, games have taken this idea of unlocking stuff in-game and ran the complete wrong direction with it. What used to be a fun little idea of unlocking a trinket or an achievement in-game has been monetized and commodified. Just look at all the battle passes and seasonal events in games like Fortnite and Call of Duty and Marvel Rivals. I do love Marvel Rivals, I'll be the first to admit, but I could do without all the seasonal events. It's like unlocking this stuff has become your job. You have to do it daily, and if you're not working at it, you're not gonna get it. It creates an inevitable sense of FOMO, which just doesn't feel good. And for what? So that you can showcase all these items on your little digital stage? So that you can say, haha, I was there and I got this to all your friends who just weren't able to play that day, week, or month. It's just totally a bummer and completely anti-Nintendo. So I really don't blame Nintendo for shying away from anything that resembled an achievement or trophy system, at least until recently. And I'm actually glad that they've kind of come around on that, because the DK challenge system does have some really good aspects. And for the first time in years, I'm actually excited about collecting something akin to trophies or achievements, and that's kind of saying something. The other implementation revolves all around Nintendo's classic game catalog. In the case of DK challenges, of course, it's all Donkey Kong themed, and kind of acts as a greatest hits for everything Donkey Kong. Well, except for Returns and Tropical Freeze, but we'll just have to give them a pass this time. But almost everything else gets at least a little bit of love here. From the Donkey Kong Country trilogy on SNES, and the later Game Boy adaptations of that series, to the original arcade games, and even down to the weird spin-off titles. Donkey Kong Jr. Math? Anyone? And the best part to me is that these are totally separate from the games themselves. These are self-contained experiences. You simply navigate through all of the Nintendo Online menus, which I do wish was better, but then you select your challenge and you're off to the races. I think this is absolutely genius and a very Nintendo way of handling achievements. I could easily see this system being expanded to include tons of classic titles, and some contemporary titles. Even if I didn't like that implementation quite as much, I know there are players out there that would enjoy that sort of thing. The ability to hop in and get an achievement-like experience, while also keeping it totally self-contained and not tied directly to the games themselves, it means the core experience of playing that game remains tied to the gameplay itself and how fun it is and the overall experience without ever being bogged down by the feeling that you're missing this achievement or that trophy. But if the achievement system is something you're interested in, the challenges still give you the ability to chase that and unlock something. It's really a best of both worlds situation. And you get to experience some of the best moments in the franchise at the click of a button. Now, what's there currently is pretty bare bones. We are just looking at the first implementation of this system. As of now, we only have 40 challenges to complete, and they are only focused on Donkey Kong games. But in the future, I really hope Nintendo revisits this and we start to see it pop up all over the place. Maybe the next Mario game launches alongside its own set of challenges for the history of Mario. Or maybe Ocarina of Time 3D offers you challenges for that game as well as the history of Zelda titles on Nintendo Switch Online. I mean, they could even expand this to third parties if they want to, not only by including classic third-party titles on Switch Online, but also in a more traditional sense for people that are interested in that. I just hope if they go that route, they don't just import achievements and trophies like they are on other platforms and they make them unique to Nintendo. But that's probably asking too much. Just imagine how cool it would be to have a Sonic challenge system tied to all the classic Sonic games throughout history. Now that would be a collection I'd be more than happy to play over and over again. Look, all I'm trying to say is that I just really think that Nintendo's implementation of this challenge system with these collectible cards is really cool and is a really fun and new take on achievements that has me excited to unlock these sorts of things for the first time in a very long time. And they've managed to do so in a very Nintendo way. And at least in the way they've done it with classic games, it doesn't get in the way or interrupt any of the traditional experience of playing those titles. Yeah, the Donkey Kong Bonanza is more traditional, but at least it's still tucked away in its own separate challenge app and still isn't tied directly to the game. I just thought I'd bring some light to the system because it's actually really cool and I don't think enough people are talking about how cool this could be. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe, like, do the little dance, click the bell, and maybe watch another video. This one I think is pretty cool. Maybe you will too. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.